Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight on Global Columbus. My name is Guadalupe Velasquez, and I'll be your host for tonight's show. And tonight we'll be talking with a local business and organization that is reaching out to Somali youth and have created a great program called, project actually, that's called Invisible Heroes. I'd like to welcome Ahmed Adan.
Thank you very much, Guadalupe. I definitely appreciate hosting us into your program.
Well, before we get started, could you tell us the name of your organization and sort of its purpose and focus?
Somali Media Organization is a local nonprofit organization focusing on the issues with the local Somali immigrants in Central Ohio. And some of our projects include we publish a local newspaper called the Friday Bulletin for the second year now. We run a couple of websites for updates and information for both English and Somali. And we have a youth program that deal with current youth issues in Central Ohio, especially identity crisis and how they can assimilate and, schools and all that. So the last program that we're working on right now is called Invisible Heroes. Invisible Heroes is a program that is designed to highlight the youth progress, the Somali youth in Central Ohio that are really doing well and successful in life and really adapting this environment, who made it. So Invisible Heroes is a short program. It will tell the story of 8 young people.
Of 8 young people,
yes,
in Columbus that are contributing to our community.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And I understand you have 2 of those Invisible Heroes with us tonight.
Definitely. If I introduce the 2 that are with me right now, Ismahan on my left, Ismahan Isse, has been working with the Somali community with different levels. She's a writer. She contributes to the local papers and websites. She organizes youth activities. She's an inspirational speaker for youth, and she's been doing a lot with the community. She's a mother, and she's taking care of a family and extended family too. Fahad Naleye is an amazing person too. He's been organizing youth sports tournaments, basketball, soccer, and actually one of the biggest events he hosts every year is a spring tournament, a soccer tournament that attracts Somali soccer players around the United States and Canada. I remember last year he hosted 30 teams here in Central Ohio. So it means every spring he brings together thousands of youth in Central Ohio.
Great. Thank you for that introduction. So let's get to know a little bit more about you. Ismahan, can you start?
Hi, my name is Ismahan. I was born in Somalia. I grew up in Columbus. I've been living in Columbus on and off for approximately 14 years, and I love everything that I do right now, from the point that I started to the position that I'm in right now. The progressions that I've made in life is tremendously amazing. I mean, I feel proud of myself.
And you should, because I did see you at the Somali Youth Summit.
Yes.
And you were there with a microphone, very comfortable, teaching the community and sharing with the community everything that's going on. And so we really appreciate your service to the community.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thanks for having us tonight.
It's our pleasure. And could you tell me a little bit about what you studied and, why you decided to study the career that you chose?
I was first into nurse, and then I decided, no, this is not what I want to do, because the crime rate is extremely, going high, and I decided to study criminal justice. It's a male-dominated area, but I've chosen it because I felt like I can be an asset and I can be a role model as well. And we've brought into this country where we have to, where we're given opportunities to discover where our passion lays. And I find my passion within the law enforcement, the criminal justice.
That's wonderful. So what do you do then?
I recently, May of last year, I graduated from Brown Mackie College, got my degree. I've been searching in employment such as a patrol officer or correctional. I have taken the police exam test and was unsuccessful, but hopefully I am getting myself wound up again to retake it, because what I really want to do is work with the Columbus Police Department. Right now, with the mercy of God, I have found an employment with the Convention Center as a security officer.
Wonderful.
Yes, and
well, Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, got it.
No, please.
Yeah, and
I do hope that you do become a Columbus police officer, because I know that it would be great to have you.
absolutely. I've been trying, but keep trying.
Okay, we'll have to find some kind of mentorship program. I can see why you were one of the chosen invisible heroes.
Yeah,
You're very busy and passionate about the community.
absolutely.
Okay, Fahad?
My name is Fahad Naleye, and I was born in Somali, and I grew up in Columbus, Ohio. We open an office right now, and the organization is called Ohio Sports Group. And right now, what we do is like, hosting different tournaments, basketball, soccer, and get the streets for, get the streets from the kids, the streets from the kids. And what we do basically is like a lot of things like, for the youth. And the reason that we open this office right now is, get the kids together and get the youth together for different programs.
How many kids do you have in the program?
Actually, the basketball is, for what we have is like 10 teams, so that means we have like 120 kids now.
Wow.
The soccer is huge, actually. The soccer is like, we have like 15, 16 teams, so it's a lot of kids now.
And what ages?
It starts from 11 to 18.
That's a wide range.
Yeah, from 11 to 18, yep.
So now you work during the day, and you spend your time then evenings and weekends working with the community. What are some of the, what's your take home? What inspires you to do this work?
I realized that I talk a lot, and that's one thing that inspired me. I was like, okay, I can use it in a good way. I was a very shy girl, and then the more I started to realize that, there is such a thing called American Dream, and I really want to find out what was that about. I started to study more, learn more, and as I was, making progress, I realized that there are young women like myself who are in the position that I've graduated from, and I can let them know that, hey, you were not alone, and you will never be alone. I have been in that shoes, and I see what you're going through, and I'm here to help you, because I don't want me here. I want to, when you're soaring, I want to soar with you. So that's one thing that really kept me going.
It's very commendable.
The stories of the youth, it's actually very interesting. And I was talking to Fahad a couple of days ago and asking, why are you doing this? And the simple answer was, like, when I was in high school, I never had these activities, Now I want other youth to have, what I missed, because there was no local association, soccer association or basketball association that was directly helping after they got off school, off days, and all that. So inspiration is out there. There are reasons that they're doing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Fahad, with the soccer tournaments and games and the basketball, what do you see in those children's eyes? Like, what keeps you going?
When you see these kids, their eyes, they appreciate what you're doing. They love, more games. They love, to travel around the world. So it's like they want it more and more when you look their eyes, and they're there, but nobody's there for them to help, So it's basically to help them, is you need a big group, the whole community that's there for them.
And everything is basically volunteer. None of them is getting funding for what they do. They have their own professional work, that pays bills and everything. And at the same time, they're spending their own money to these activities. One of it's not from Fahad, but one of his friends, after I inquired about him, told me, well, last tournament, Fahad spent almost $1,000 from his pocket, and we still didn't collect that money to pay him back. So the group that works with him feels responsible for his, expense, and they're now thinking, how can we compensate him, and those are some of the stories that I'm really getting. And the reason I'm doing Invisible Heroes is how much the community appreciates what these people are doing. How much do they know? How much do they help them? Who's going to be there after they, if this program goes away? So it's more than their story. I'm trying to draw an attention to them. I'm trying the community especially to know there are these programs, there are these activities, there are these individuals that are behind all these activities that are going within the community.
So you're using the story to educate the community on what's possible and what these invisible heroes are doing.
Correct, correct. Basically, it's for the community. And outside the community, I want, after Invisible Heroes is out, I want other people, other than non-Somalis, to know the challenges the Somali youth in Central Ohio are going through. I want them to hear their story. I want them to see, you know, and feel their challenges and say, okay, well, maybe, you know, there are ways that we can help. Maybe other organizations will step up and say, okay, well, we will work with these people, other than, you know, individuals that are not helping the community. You know, these programs they need an attention. They definitely need whole Central Ohio's attention. They need more than them. You know, they need more help so that they can definitely successfully do bigger tournaments. Definitely.
Yeah.
And to include that, the picture that he's drawn is really great, and also to let others know that these young individuals have professions, graduated from high school, graduated from college, have bigger dreams than what they have passed, and that's what we're showing. We're displaying a good image of who we really are.
That's excellent. Now, you mentioned challenges, and so I am curious, what challenges do our youth face in the city now? You know, they might be multiple. I know, you know, just being an adolescent is difficult in and of itself. So why don't we discuss some of those challenges and how you are helping them to overcome those barriers?
The challenges that I faced previously was adapting to the things that was going on around my surroundings. Was, you know, I was trying so hard to be accepted, and I knew who I was, where I came from, and that was hard for people to do. So I tried to fit in and tried so hard. And I realized fitting in, it's going to pretty much draw me to a different place or take me to a different place. I just want to form new me and just stay who I am. One of the reasons that I work with Ahmed, you know, really great guy, is that I want to be able to tell these individuals, you don't have to fit in. You can be individual who can contribute to society in your own unique ways. You know, that's just, you know.
So how do you stay grounded?
I read a lot of motivational quotes on the internet.
Okay, motivational quotes. That's good.
And I listen to a lot of audio tapes, and it feeds my soul. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what keeps me motivated.
Yeah, the challenge is before I started working on this, I was thinking, well, they're having only identity problems and they're trying to fit in only that. I never thought, you know, they might be having challenges within the community. You know, there are young people changing and trying to actually learn more about the surrounding and all that. But what is the community's reaction? How is the community, you know, generally, you know, helping them or motivating them, or you know, destroying their effort? So I met one of the participants who came to the United States when he was 17 years old, no schooling before, and he went to one of the local welcome centers and tried hard to definitely get his high school diploma. And his story from his line is he was saying, well, the biggest pressure that I had stopping me to go to school was my family. They were like, you're grown up, go work. Mm-hmm. But where could I work? Just go to a warehouse. He decided to stay in school. He did his high school diploma. He went to Ohio State University, wow, did his bachelor's degree, and now teaches Columbus public schools. Wow. He's a teacher now. When 7 years, 8 years ago, you know, everybody in his family was even pressuring him to just go and work one of the local stores. So they are having a lot of challenges actually. They're having within their families, outside the family, schools, and they're dealing with a lot. Yeah.
And Fahad,